I'm Spencer.
And I'm Rosie.
And we're here to review the movie Black Panther. This is the newest Marvel movie.
Yep.
It's the biggest release for a February ever.
Yep. According to records, that's true.
I guess comic book movies will do that. I think the last one was Daredevil. So, ta-da.
Oh, was that in February as well?
Yeah.
Oh my God. Yeah. Stiff competition.
And this is the politically charged.
What?
Well, there's all these reviews going out saying, like, if you don't like this movie, then you're racist. And yada. They're bringing the whole race. So the behind all that is, like, the director's black, and most of the actors are black, and everything's black. And it's, but I mean, you really got to look past all that, because movies aren't meant to be so politically charged.
I just don't like the things like, if you don't like this movie, you're a racist. Like, it could be not. You may not be your movie.
Yeah.
But
I don't know. It's sad that you have to kind of bring that into it, because that's the political climate.
But what is the movie like? Tell me about the movie.
But the movie, I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, because I'm not a huge comic book guy, but Black Panther is like the son of a king in a very secluded part of Africa,
right?
Called Wakanda.
Right. The amassed a fortune through the legendary El Dorado.
Yeah. And they had what's the steel that comes? The
vibranium.
Vibranium, yeah. The whole movie's about vibranium. It's a whole vibranium thing. Right. And the movie is about him becoming king, and really just like, I guess you could say it's him earning that kingship.
That's good. That's good.
Because it has elements of a comic book movie where, there's a villain of the week and there's, a certain, story going on. But the other half, and really the more focal point, is that he's just becoming a king and taking on all the responsibilities of that. So and I really like that, because it was a lot more personal story than, say, I don't know,
taking out like the villain
Thor 5 or something, where he's just like, we got to kill this guy now, and it's like, yeah, it was actually a coming of age almost story, and
that's cool.
And I liked it a lot, actually. I thought it was a really good movie.
Good. That means you're not racist.
Yeah, I'm so glad. I'm thankful. It's like, whew. And I said that to the other people in the theater. It's like,
not a racist.
I liked it too, guys. I liked it too. It was real good. All the characters were really good. The main actor, I don't know a lot of their names, but I mean, they were all the guy that played Black Panther was one of the most likable heroes I've seen in a movie.
He was my favorite part of Civil War.
What's funny is I didn't like him in Civil War. I didn't understand the poll, because they're like, Black Panther was great, and I was like, maybe it's because I just don't know who Black Panther is.
Right.
But he was just another guy that was punching somebody to me.
Right.
But then when in this movie, he's very good. He's very likable, and you really get behind him. And his sister is good. She's like this tech girl that works with vibranium to do these like amazing technological things.
So she makes the suits for him, assume.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Mm-hmm. The villains were okay. So there's one villain, Andy Serkis, and he was really good. He played this kind of sleazy. I guess he was a musician in some ways, like a EDM guy. For some reason, I don't know. They barely touched on it, and then they moved past it.
Well, he's got to have his hobbies.
yeah. So they really fleshed out his backstory, which you never see. You never know what kind of music Magneto was listening to.
Yeah, right.
Was on his playlist.
Probably heavy metal. I feel like shit for that one.
But yeah, he was good. But the real main villain was played by who was?
Oh yeah, Michael B. Jordan.
Michael B. Jordan, and I thought he did I couldn't tell if it was a script or if it was his acting, but I did not like his character at all. I thought he was too serious. It was almost like he thought he was going to get an Oscar for this. And like every time he jumped onto the scene, like rap music started playing.
Oh,
it was kind of cool. Like I was like, oh, this is kind of neat. Like every time he jumps on, he's there, and this is the mood, because it's like the hip hop like.
Right. I hope it was The King Is Dead. It had to be. Sorry, I've been listening to the soundtrack like all week.
Oh really?
Yeah, it's a good soundtrack.
There you go. Soundtrack's good.
Yeah.
But it did that. But he played it so straight. Like I thought he'd play it more like loose and hey, what's up, Black Panther? Like what are you doing? Instead, he's like very, very direct and very like 1950s comic book villain.
I kind of think I like that.
Like one scene stuck in my head, one scene stuck in my head particularly is when he kind of took over. I don't want to spoil anything, but he kind of took over at one point and starts talking to everybody, and he's like, I'm going to put this in play, and once I do, it'll affect these nations, and those nations will do. It's like, whoa, this is straight up like a 1950s. I'm the bad guy, and I'm gonna do bad things.
Oh, so it wasn't even like beneficial towards the people around him. It was just like, I'm gonna take over all the world, and you guys are just gonna be a part of it.
Yeah.
Oh, that's kind of.
And it was.
That's weird.
I don't know.
I like a relatable villain that's like Lex Luthor in a sense, in which he kind of in the background says he wants to do it for the people, but he's kind of doing it for himself.
Yeah, that's a good allegory for it. Is that he has a backstory that you can get behind.
Okay.
But the way that it gets used later, it doesn't make any it doesn't endear him to anybody. It's like you're just a bad shit, and everyone knows it, and everyone's like looking at it. It's just very weird.
Well, see, that's why I always hate about things like that, especially with villains that have that kind. Because they need to. If you're gonna get like an army behind you, the army has to believe in the cause. It's like come on.
Yeah, and there was a scene with that in it, and it's like really like you would do that. It doesn't really make sense. But other than that, I mean, it was really good. The special effects were great. A lot of really good. It was really good special effects, but there was one scene in particular where the green screen was strong, and I was like, "Whoa, that's brutal. That's brutal." But other than that, the special effects were really good. Like you said, the soundtrack's really good, and I thought it moved along at a pretty nice clip. Didn't really get bored ever.
Okay, that's good because
parts of it kind of reminded me of Horizon Zero Dawn, too, because they're mixed like high technology with tribal African stuff, and so there's kind of a weird play there that I really admired it.
That's what I was thinking when you think of like future cultural things like that. I wonder how they would implement like technology into their own everyday traditions. So if they do something like that, like
they did really well with that. I was impressed, and it made the story feel more than just a comic book movie. It felt a little bit deeper.
Good, cool.
It's always a plus for me because I don't like comic books.
Yeah, or movies.
And it was nice. No, it was nice. I recommend it, and I'm sure everyone's gonna see it anyway because it's like the hugest movie so far of the year. But yeah, I recommend it. It was good.
Cool. I'm Rosie.
I'm Spencer.
And this has been the Itch Network. Thanks for watching.
Thank you.